Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another installment of Show to Be with Mike G, the show of life, the show of rockabilly, the show of Four Roses Bourbon. A lot of different things in this show. Today's conversation with Nicki Petry. Nicki, a Vegas native, also spent some time living in Wyoming, in the military, a very big music guy, punk rock guy. We talk about Rancid, but it's really important to have this conversation now. There's a lot of churn in this industry, lots of promotions, lots of jumping around from bar to bar, but this conversation is more about Nicki's choice to change tiers, as they call it here in Texas. He's an amazing barman, just transitioning from that great team at Vox Table now to a sales role with Glazer's distribution. So it's a great chat and a lot of interesting things. The military bit is, I think, really touching, and it's really good to talk to Nicki about it, and hopefully it was good for him to talk about it too. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this chat with Nicki Petry.
Somebody walks in the bar industry and it's like, hey, I want to talk to you about something, or I'm here by myself, I just want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just don't want to be talked to, and you figure that out. You have to read people. And if you
Does
can't read
people, does it ever get weird? Like, so has there been and this isn't trying to be a trick question necessarily, but like, has there been a point where it's late, you're at a bar, and there's like a single patron, and things get real dark?
Yeah. There's yeah. No, been a few times in various places, in various types of bars even. I think I've even been that way.
I think so. I think I have done too. I remember one night in particular, something about, I don't know what sign you are, but this isn't really a commentary, but like, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm a feeler and all this, and I was at Small Victory shortly after they had just opened downtown, and I ran into Michael Phillips, wonderful gentleman. Ran into Sheed, wonderful gentleman as well. Oh, yeah. And something about those two combined, for some reason I felt like I was on the leather couch.
Yeah.
And I just came out with it. And I almost came to tears. I'm like, it's okay. I don't have a problem with crying. Guys that can cry. But like, I fucking was out in public and I'm like, it's so good to see you guys.
Yeah.
It happens, right? Like, there's this camaraderie.
I mean, especially out here.
Yeah.
The community is really tight, and it's even with the influx of so many people moving here.
Yeah.
Like, I've only been here for about a year and a half.
Is that it?
And people, I walk into places and they're like, "Hey, Nicki, hey, come here, man. Give me some love."
Yeah.
And it's so happy to see all these people that we all get along really well.
Yeah. Because like, you walk into like blind date, right? Mm. Maybe you don't have anything in common with that person. Maybe they're like, man, these guys fucking suck. Like, I do not want to talk to this girl ever again. But at least with hospitality and bars and brands and distribution and distilling, we all have something. Like, at least we can all relate on some level. Mm-hmm. It's kind of nice, right?
Yeah. I mean, you look in the sense that even if it's the worst interaction you've had with somebody,
yeah,
you can turn around and be like, they're going to leave.
Shit, I didn't even think about that. It's even better than a blind date.
Yeah.
You don't have to like figure out the exit plan.
No.
There always is one because there's business hours.
Last call.
Last call. The best canned response to get anybody out the fucking door.
Yep.
Always. So you were at. So there's so much to talk about. One of which is you're from Vegas, which I didn't know. Mm-hmm. 2, you just transitioned to another tier of this system in Texas, which I didn't know. I try to carve out as much time in each one of these chats with people that know JR as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he as charming as he appears to be? Now, keep in mind, I've been around JR plenty of times and I've interviewed him, but he is charming, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got a very good gypsy-esque way about him.
Couple dollars missing here and there, but no one cares.
Yeah, you can't get mad at him. You get mad at him for a second, and then you just kind of look at him, and then you just wonder, okay, is he going to drop his pants down now? No,
just glistening eyes. It's insane.
Yeah,
I don't even have a crush on the guy, but like I can sit back and say I can see how he could persuade anybody to do anything.
Very easily. Very easily.
How long were you at Vox then?
Just a couple months.
Really?
Yeah. With a lot of people not being there for various trips and competitions, he was like, hey, can you help me out? I'm like, yeah, totally. Was working on the transition of going into the dark side. It just worked out, and it was great. It's a great crew over there.
Really, like,
you can learn a lot.
Forward thinking, right?
Oh yeah,
that's the thing I really like about it is that it doesn't take itself too seriously, except the fact that it puts out really good drinks. But conceptually, it's all just like references to the movies that we all grew up loving or the music we all grew up loving. And I just thought, man, there was a plantation rum drink about this. Is I think, how about this? So in this transition, do you feel any kind of sense of mourning that you're kind of having to walk away from this crew that is so creative and bold?
I am a little, I guess, scared in the sense that I'm going to lose a lot of good friendships.
Really?
And the fact that, it's like, hey, man, it's 2:00 or come over to the house. Well, I got to go to work in the morning.
That's right.
It's like, not going to work as well. But I would say at Vox, that's the first place that I've worked out here that really felt like a family.
Yeah. It's a brigade, man.
Yeah, and it's kind of scary in the sense that, I'm not going to be on the collaboration end with them.
Yeah.
And I can't have all this free expression. Now I'm kind of limited to only having certain brands that I can work with.
Right. Genesis brands, is that the term? Yeah. We'll talk about that later, but
all right.
I finally learned what the hell that meant. I was like, Genesis brands? Is this like Phil Collins finally getting into the booze game? Which I thought maybe it was. Not even a joke. I didn't even
think about it that way.
Or Peter Gabriel coming back in like,
yeah.
Well, lots of peace goes from Peter Gabriel. That makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Well, I do have some Kenny Chesney stuff, so
good.
Maybe it is a musical reference.
Is it rum from Kenny Chesney? No, it's gotta be whiskey, right?
No, it's it's rum. It's rum.
It is okay.
Barbados rum, Blue Chair.
It's because does Mr. Keith Urban, is that the other dude, the American Idol judge? I know there's another dude that's married to Nicole Kidman or a good friend of hers. I don't know. They're always in pictures together. He has a rum as well, but Kenny Chesney's got one.
Yep.
Okay, so we can talk about Kenny Chesney.
Some interesting ones too.
Yes, I bet. But it's a good. Well, all right, so we'll step back because this is also recent, transitioning from behind the bar to distribution. You were born and raised in Vegas? Is that how it played out, or just kind of the good years?
Actually, I was born in Laramie, Wyoming. Lived there till I was about 11. Then moved to Steamboat Springs, Colorado for about 3 years. And then the family said, hey, we're moving to Vegas. And I'm like, okay.
What takes the family? So I was living in Salt Lake for a long time. We'd always go up to Wyoming and camp. It was lovely. First time I ever saw grates to prevent the cows from crossing the river, right? And those metal grates to make sure the snow didn't come into the road.
Yeah, where you only get snow on one side of the road.
That's right. It's so strange. How is in your 11 years, Wyoming is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It can be.
What do you?
Except for when the wind's blowing.
What the fuck do you do in Wyoming? No offense, Wyoming, but I don't think you have AT&T cell service, so I'm gonna hold it accountable a little bit.
That was the good fun time. I mean, I played baseball during the summer. Just got into soccer in the fall and
all outdoors.
Just doing as much as you can, and then making money shoveling sidewalks and mowing lawns and
having sore backs after that shit.
Yeah,
always.
Then, it's like, okay, where do you go from there?
So why'd your folks end up moving to Vegas? You said a Steamboat too, but also to Vegas.
Yeah, Steamboat was a short little stint. We only did about 3 years there, and then we decided to move to Las Vegas, and not really confident on what the whole reason why we did move there.
Yeah.
But
was it a job or anything like that? Or
no, it wasn't a job. My parents really saw potential in me as a musician.
Oh, really?
And I was doing really good in playing my trumpet in the middle school. So they were like, hey, let's go here. There's a performing arts academy. So
that's amazing.
Went out there and did the whole performing arts academy and just didn't want to leave.
Because I was in jazz band as well. We can talk about jazz band for a second. And you'd be real surprised how many goddamn people have been in jazz band that I've talked to. It comes to mind, Alex Negranza from Anvil. He plays trombone. I don't know if you knew that shit.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, trombone, jazz band. I think we talked, it's either that or symphonic band, but either way, an accomplished trombonist. Talk about the spit slurring all across the floor.
Oh, but no, I know about all that.
Yeah, dude, you smelled it, you've seen it, It's a great way to bond socially, though. That was the thing, because I moved around a lot, too. And music was always a great way to kind of connect with people. But was it jazz for you? Was it symphony? Was it marching band? What kind of stuff?
It was all of it.
Yeah.
Did marching band in middle school, and then this performing arts academy I went to, we didn't have a marching band. We didn't have any sports. It was just strictly music, dance, and theater, and international studies.
Is this in Colorado then?
No, this was in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
So right downtown, and it was great. Did concert band, orchestra, jazz band. My senior year, that's all I had was music classes.
That's incredible.
I mean, well, I had 2 other classes, but that's when I slept. And then, of course. So
what's the trajectory then for a trumpetist? Is that the right word for it?
Trumpeter.
Oh, I like that better. It's a lot better.
Trying to get gigs playing on the Strip was the primary goal at that point in time. But just got into the whole fun aspect of it, and it was great. And then started learning how to play guitar and did that whole bit.
Did you ever do the whole being in a band? Not like a band, but a band. Like playing.
I was in a band
or something, right?
No, I was more in the European electro rock band.
Really? Like Kraftwerk? Like that, or like a little bit more rock?
A little bit of the Smiths.
Okay.
And Morrissey-esque, and then
is that where the hair comes from?
Beat.
Is that where the pompadour hair that you have?
No, I'm gonna have to say that comes from my many different stylist changes in my life.
I see.
Punk rocker to rockabilly.
I'm getting the rockabilly vibe. Is that bad?
No, that's
the Rev, man.
Yeah, Rev, and I love my Brian Setzer, and I think that's where the pomp comes from. It's just
amazing.
Going to see him when I was young and just falling in love. And
when did you see him? How old were you?
Oh,
ish.
I think it was right around probably 15.
Yeah, ish. That's 95.
Yeah,
96. Because he kind of reemerged because it was
Stray Cats.
Stray Cats. That's right. Yeah. And then he had a successful solo career kind of sometime in the 90s, which is amazing. He's always a good guitar player, good haircut and stuff.
And just a great act.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Did you see him? I guess he had to
saw
have
him
played
in Reno,
Vegas.
actually.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
It was weird. I'm like, why are we going to Reno?
I don't want to die. This is where people go to die, right? That's what Johnny Cash says.
Hey, that's the only place I've gotten in trouble. So
really
bad.
Starting a fight or what?
No, we were all-star jazz band in senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was all-star jazz band senior year, and we got in a little too much trouble.
So I think about this intersection then, because you have this hospitality chapter, this hospitality kind of trajectory that things go into. But you're in Vegas, you're doing the trumpet thing. Does college seem like that's the green pasture? That's where you want to do?
It kind of was, and then I was really set on getting a scholarship.
Yeah.
And I did get a scholarship to the University of Pacific.
Okay.
But it wasn't a full ride, so I was like, screw that.
I'm going to go play some more on the strip.
I'm going to try and make money playing, and then, of course, the gigs weren't coming in, so it's like, all right, I got to get a job. So I got a job as a electrician.
Oh, really?
And that was fun.
Like an apprentice, or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doing low voltage and things like that.
Yeah.
So
on the strip where there's lots of
security systems.
Okay.
Actually got in really good at doing like schools, because they were paying David Spade Pay, which is, I think that's what it's called. But
yeah,
I was making $26 an hour.
Oh shit!
18 years old. I was like,
insane.
Let's do this.
Yeah. So kind of trade-ish stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever think like, well, I want to be? Is it called a master electrician? Is that what they call it there too?
Yeah. Didn't really think about that too much. I was just thinking about the money and how much partying I was doing.
What does Nicki drink as a well-off, well-to-do, early 20s something guy in Vegas? What were you drinking at that point? I'm trying to illustrate this for everybody.
All right. I'm gonna go deep here, and that's it's gonna be some St. Ives Crooked Eye, and some Mad Dog 2020,
yes,
Boone's Farm.
It's all so cheap.
Oh yeah,
and colorful.
Yeah, and it was Vegas, so it's like,
are people? It is. Did you get this? So my ex-wife's from Vegas. I told you that,
mm-hmm.
And been there many times, kind of going back and forth. Is that where you're like, I'm gonna fucking stay in Vegas? This is where my career is gonna be. This is where I'm gonna establish. I don't know if you had interest in a family or anything, but is that where you wanted to stay?
At that time, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Vegas. I mean, it was just, it was a playground.
Yeah.
And I was playing a little too hard.
How did you come to the realization you're playing too hard? There's a couple ways. There's a couple ways from what I understand.
That all changed in 99.
Okay. So you're about 19, 20, right?
19 when I joined the Army.
You joined the Army? Did you just try to get sober, or what's the deal?
No, my really good friend, who's my brother, he had just graduated.
Like literally your brother, or
no,
figuratively?
Figuratively.
Yeah.
He and I we've been best friends since high school.
Yeah.
And it just kind of worked out. He talked me into, hey man, come take the ASVAB with me. Just come down and take it.
Let's just do it. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, whatever. And then I actually did well on the test, so I was like, oh, well, all right, I'll sign up for the National Guard. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Why not? Oh yeah, man, make it sound so great. So great.
Of course they do. Sweet gig. You want college? We got college.
Yeah, we'll pay for your college. Sure. 2 weeks a year, 1 weekend a month. Don't even worry about it. And you're going to get some skills. I'm like, sweet. So
there aren't any women, but you'll get skills.
Yeah. I joined the National Guard as a building, or was it surveyor, architect, draftsman, that whole bit. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get something amazing out of this.
Yeah, sure.
And he signed up to be a medic, and come home and tell mom. I'm like, Mom, I joined the Army.
Oh no!
And man, she almost threw me out the window.
Because what did she want you to do? What was the trajectory she saw you?
She wanted me to go to college and be something. Have a career. Knowledge is power. And
so do you have any brothers or sisters?
No.
Okay.
I'm an only child.
So yeah, the hope rests on your shoulders.
Right.
And so did your mom go to college?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, obviously, you got to go do this thing. That's the American dream.
Right.
Like, well, change of plan. I'm gonna join the National Guard.
I was like, yeah, I'll go to college later. They're gonna pay for it.
Sure.
I had
good deal,
big plans, and she was just, this was 99, and she's like, no, you're gonna go to war and all this. No, and I'm gonna be back here in the States if that ever happens.
Right.
Because why would you need a surveyor
later,
or an architect, overseas? Why would we ever do that?
Yeah.
And that all changed.
Shit. How long was it before you got deployed?
In 2003, we went over.
Okay. So what were you doing kind of in that 4-year stint? Just kind of still feeling out, going through training and stuff?
Yeah. I went to basic training and did a whole bunch of stuff with the Army Corps of Engineers.
Yeah.
So did almost about a year's worth of training.
Oh, that's cool. Where was the training at?
At a place I'll never go back to ever again. They called it Fort Lost in the Woods, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, Missouri.
It already sounds bad.
Yep. It was
Missouri.
Misery.
Jesus. Were you regretting the decision at some point?
There were a few times, yeah. There were a few
God
times.
Damn it, I could have been playing trumpet with Brian Setzer.
Hey, I learned how to polish boots really good and shine floors. I'm set.
Fair enough.
If I ever need a new career.
Bar skills.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, but you said in 2003 you got deployed?
Yeah, in 2003, our unit in Vegas, we only had like 50 people in it. The 777 Corps of Engineers.
Where'd you guys go?
We went over to Kuwait.
Oh, wow.
To start, and then we hitched a ride and went up to Iraq and into Baghdad, and then to Tikrit and Mosul and Abu Ghraib, and we were everywhere.
How long was your total tour out there?
We were gone for about 18 months total.
Oh, okay.
So we did 3 months up in Washington, and then it was funny that they took us out of the desert to go up to Washington
State?
To
go to the forest?
Tacoma.
Yeah. Jesus, it's beautiful there.
You go from somewhere where 50 Shades of Brown to somewhere 50 Shades of Green.
Yeah.
And then you go back to 50 Shades of Brown. We didn't understand why we went up there to mobilize and transition to train to get out of the States, but
how, generally speaking, how is it over there? Because you had a different kind of capacity than some of the other people I've talked to that have served. Jeremy Campbell, for example, served. Without going into specifics, because I know it can be traumatizing for many, many people, but did you enjoy being out there?
Not exactly. You had to make light of it the best you could. I struggle with remembering a lot. I just kind of black it out.
I bet.
But I still stay in contact with a lot of those guys in the unit, and a lot of them are back over there again.
Jesus.
We're gonna pull out of Iraq. No, these guys are going for like the 4th and 5th time.
It's insane. Did you ever think that that's what you signed up for?
Oh no.
It's totally different experience. Yeah.
No, I was not. I was like, why am I carrying an M16? I thought I was going to be carrying like a pencil.
Fucking trumpet. What am I doing?
What am I doing here? Yeah, there were a few times I know I kind of questioned, like, why did I do this?
Yeah. But, so when did you finally come back?
Came back in 2004. So we left in March of 2003 and came back in June of 2004.
Wow. Were you different at that point?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Was it hard to come back?
I changed a lot. It was a difficult transition. Yeah. It still is. But
what do you do to transition? I hear one of the things I think a lot of people just are really willing to sweep under the rug is that being a patriot, right? And this isn't a political thing, but just in its essence is you support the troops. Absolutely, man.
Oh yeah,
it's our peers going out there, right? Now we're old now, but
15 years
ago,
yeah,
exactly. But like they're going out there, they're doing things that are really, really gritty, very, very difficult, as I'm sure you kind of experienced firsthand. So then everybody comes back, and it's just like they got shit to deal with. That's how trauma is something you got to deal with. Either you go to therapy, right? You self-medicate, which maybe we're doing right now at the Mescal, but like. Where do you go to try to fucking deal with this stuff that is either really unnerving, maybe morally challenged? Like, how do you even deal with that?
Not very well.
Yeah.
In my case, I came back and I went back to Vegas and turned on the party again and self-medicated heavily, which wasn't good for my career at the time.
Yeah. What would you come back and start doing? Were you still with the military?
No, I wasn't with the military because with the National Guard, I had a full-time job. And during that time, the skills I learned from the military got me into building inspections.
Oh, good.
So I was a building inspector and, started out really, really low in the totem pole, being just a slump monkey, as we like to call them, the guys that go out and test concrete.
What do you test concrete for exactly?
You test it for a lot of different things, like how much water content is in it as it's being poured.
Interesting. Okay.
Because then
you can see this as a predicate for making drinks.
Oh yeah,
in a way, right? Like detail.
Everything comes together.
Yeah, it totally does.
How much aggregate, how much rock was in it.
Really?
So it's like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And then, moved on up the ranks there and getting certified in different things. So I started working on some high-level construction projects like Trump Tower and Aria.
Amazing. Those are very iconic buildings.
Oh, yeah. My name's on a lot of them.
Really? Is the Benz out front?
No. That's where the partying was not beneficial.
I see. Because there's lots of great booze in Vegas. Ain't that so great booze? You can buy whatever you want as long as you buy whatever you want.
Never ends.
Never does.
Yeah. But
did you think like that was going to lead? So doing the building piece, being really involved with these billion-dollar projects. It sounds like Aria, especially, is very expensive, very very ornate.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, all right, okay, I can do this. This will be the thing. I'll do this thing. Mom will be proud. I'll make a good salary. Is that really the way that you were kind of looking at it?
Yeah, that was the intention.
Yeah.
That this is gonna be great. I'm gonna just everything's gonna be awesome, and I'm just gonna make tons of money and
party it away.
I was getting offers from other companies. So I mean, the last company I was working with was paying me $36 an hour.
Wow.
And I was getting overtime like crazy because the building boomed and you couldn't build fast enough. So it was great.
Right, right on the strip too, right?
Yeah. And I was also doing a lot of residential inspections. So started the whole wave of new residential inspections going on in Las Vegas. It was awesome.
Huge boom. But as we both know, there was certainly
there was a bubble.
There was a huge bubble.
If anybody didn't know that.
Nobody knew. Well, no one knows now. There's going to be a big distilling bubble.
Yeah.
Already kind of predicting that. But is that ultimately kind of what disrupted everything?
Yeah. Let the partying take over, and then just kind of things fell out of place, and was kind of struggling in Las Vegas to stay afloat, and just decided one day, hey, it's time to move back with family. And
where were they living?
My mom moved up to Seattle when I was overseas.
Yeah. So your folks split then?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there?
Yeah. They split a long time ago.
Where was your dad at?
My real dad, who knows? Who cares?
I'm same thing, dude. Never met him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know where he is though. In all fairness, I know where the fucker is.
Yeah.
But
thanks to the interwebs, and
that's
it's
right.
Investigative recon.
Yeah, or like a half brother reaching out, and be like, "Hey, I'm your half brother." Like, "Oh fuck, mom, what'd you do?" Right. So anyway, but obviously you have a really good relationship with your mom.
Yeah. I'm a big mama's boy. That's for sure.
I feel that. I definitely do. Don't tell anybody. Oh fuck.
All right. Yeah, too late.
So, is this where bartending kind of enters? Where you're like,
so I left to go to Seattle, and I was living with them, just get my feet back on the ground, and they're like, all right, you got to go back to school. I was like, all right, cool.
Good.
And they're like, hey,
that's what your mom wanted the whole time anyway, right?
Yeah, she still wants me to go back to school.
At least you tried it.
I tried.
A couple times, maybe.
I tried. Ended up, there was a wine technology program that was all about viticulture and all that. And I was like, yes. And I was like, why not? This is going to be great.
What was it that drew you to that? Because it's such a shift career-wise. If you think about it.
Yeah, it was a huge, huge shift. I don't know. It's just I wasn't succeeding in everything that I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I tried the whole music thing a couple different times.
Right.
Didn't succeed. Tried with the building inspections and the structural engineering, and it's like, all right,
the market was weird and kind of shook out.
Couldn't succeed there. I mean, I did succeed, but I didn't fully succeed.
Yeah. But that's probably outside of your control.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
And, looking back on it now, it's brought me a lot of different directions, which has brought me a lot of great people in my life.
Yeah.
So a lot of good, positive things.
But wine? Was your mom into food or drinking or anything?
It was Washington, and it's like, my mom knew I was a big partier, and she's like, well, if you're going to keep doing that, at least do it where you can make some money.
Interesting, yeah. She's smart.
She's like, you're very charismatic and passionate, so why don't you be that way about wine? You can make a lot of good money at some winery, and, even start your own winery. And I was like, let's do it. Fuck yeah, let's do it. So, I went to school for that, and everything was great. And then I was just working at a... no, there wasn't a girl.
It's often
not
a girl.
This time. Not this time. That brought me here. But
yes.
It was like I was just working some retail job.
Yeah.
And guy's coming up to me. He's like, hey, you're from Vegas. You know how to bartend, right? I was like, yes.
Just like some random dudes? Like, you look like you're from Vegas?
It was a coworker of mine.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, hey, there's this catering company, and it's really easy, you know, just really simple things.
Yeah.
So, you know, why don't you do that? You know, we could use you over there like once or twice a week, or, you know, I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Plot thickens. Nicki.
So that was my first fall into bartending, I guess. Started with catering, and then they really liked what I was doing over there, so they offered me a job at the bar at the hotel there.
Which hotel was it?
The Hotel Decca.
Okay.
So it was great, and I was having fun and going to school, and, you know, just loving life. And then this guy walks into the bar one day, and we're playing some really risque music.
What does that mean? The Cramps?
Oh no, it was some really psychedelic, not even jazz. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
It's something like kind of psychedelic, trippy, and all that.
Yeah, and it was happy hour in a hotel, and I was just like, what's going on? And he's like, hey man, I was gonna get another drink, but I can't stand this music. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go change it. How's that? If I change the music, will you stay for another drink? He's like, yeah. If you change this, it's just starting to give me a headache.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. How about some Miles Davis? And he's just lit up. He's like, yes.
Perfect.
As he's leaving, he comes over to me. He's like, hey, I'm going to offer you a job. I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Dude.
Right, yeah.
You know?
People say that shit all the time, don't they?
Gives me his number, and, you know, tells me to come see him down at this tiki bar downtown. And I'm like, all right. You know, I Google it and check it all out. And
is downtown Seattle?
Yeah, downtown Seattle.
Okay.
So I was down in Pioneer Square.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a place called Tiki Bob's. It was awesome.
I've heard of this place. Is it like a legendary kind of place?
It was very legendary.
Yeah.
So many amazing things happen there.
As they do when you serve tiki.
Well, it wasn't even like a tiki bar. It was just like a tiki theme. And,
I see.
You know, it's more of like a sports bar and a tiki bar. And, you know, a Mexican concept. It was...
What the fuck?
It was Seattle. It was Seattle. It was a club bar.
Yeah. Oh, know? Okay. Makes some sense.
So, you know, I go down there and talk to him, and he's like, all right, well, yeah, I'll give you a call. And I'm like, all right. Don't hear from him for a while, and then he calls me up one day. He's like, all right, come on in. I want you to come work and try it out, and we'll see how you do.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. And
do you feel like you had pretty good tricks by that point? Like you'd learned enough in the hotel bar? Yeah. Yeah,
I'd studied, you know, tried to come up with things, and, you know, that was the beginning of being this mixologist.
You have to compose. Once you know music, you have to start composing, right?
So, yeah, definitely. Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, he walks in, and he's like, all right, you can come down, work this big busy concert. And I think it was actually Kenny Chesney.
No shit.
If I'm thinking about this.
Oh, this is full circle now. Jesus.
And he's like, all right, come in at this time. And so basically I worked during the concert so that I could give everybody a break.
Right.
And, you know, kind of meet everybody. And it worked out, you know, it's slow.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, cool. Thanks, man. You know, well, I'll let you know. It's like, cool. Well, what am I to do? So I just kind of hung out there, and, you know, a lot of the guys were like, hey, man, just hang out. I'm like, cool. So I ended up hanging out, getting trashed.
Yeah, as you do.
Me and the bartender both getting trashed. And then, made it home and get a call the next day, and he's like, so is this going to be a regular thing? And I'm like, oh, no. What did I do? No. But he ended up hiring me, and
was he concerned about your Vegas ways?
Oh yeah.
Are you concerned about your Vegas ways now?
Not so much.
No. Okay.
I've toned it back a little bit.
Well, that's what happens when you get older. You can't keep on the same fucking path. You'll die.
Yeah,
you'll totally die. But you do it. So you take the gig. How was it?
Oh, it was great. Probably the best job I ever had.
Really.
The friendships that I created there, or that not I created there,
right,
but that were created there.
Sure.
I mean, Carlos and DG are two of my best friends in the world, and they're like family.
Amazing.
So it's just
another testament to how the industry works like that.
And then when that place shut down, unfortunately, legal mumbo jumbo.
Sure.
We went over to the Hard Rock, and we were back in the family again over there.
Amazing. So, same group of dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, they were working over there and brought me in when that place shut down, and it was great.
Wow.
And then that's when enter the girl.
Good. Yeah, I was figuring like enter stage left. A girl, is she a patron or a coworker?
No, she was a coworker.
Okay.
At the time, I had a mohawk. She had a mohawk.
Yeah.
It's like, this is meant to be.
That was it. That's all it takes.
That's all it took. Tattoos and mohawks and punk rock, and we were like done.
Totally. Well, so let me talk about punk rock real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What's your punk rock band? What's the one that you're like, yeah, that's my band. That's my flavor of punk rock.
Oh man,
everybody's got a different flavor.
I'm really big into Rancid.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it. Tim Armstrong, the whole bit.
Yeah. Even with Lars Fredriksson and the Bastards. Yeah. But I can go even to the newer style, the Blink 182.
Yeah.
We all know the songs.
Dude, everybody knows the songs.
Come on.
It's pop rock. It's pop rock.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I like more the dirty, grungy punk.
Yeah.
I'm happy the Descendants are going to come in town.
And new record.
Yes.
Too, which is killer. Did you see him review Rolling Stone's list of the top 50 punk records?
No.
They all just fucking tear it apart. It's amazing.
I got to read that.
Yeah, everybody. I used to, because I love thinking about this, and I love the Descendants, and Bill, everybody, Craig, which Omar, Yafun play, So they're here. They're like flowing through me. But when I was 15, I was like the stupid radio intern, and I got to hang out behind this music festival because I had like help with stuff.
Nice.
And all I can remember, because this is when Everything Sucks came out. That Bill is just like piling food in his mouth. They're all like a weird cafeteria trough kind of thing, and like Milo's just hanging out. Craig's like hanging out. Bill is just
going
shoveling food. I'm like, this guy knows how to do it. He's
right?
carb loading before the show, and it's one of those fondest memories because those guys are so smart and so like technically efficient. But I digress. So the girl enters the picture at a Hard Rock, I take it, in Seattle. Is that the impetus for Austin?
Yeah.
Whose idea was that?
It was hers.
Why Austin for?
She has family out here.
Okay.
Her brother lives out here, and so she'd been back and forth for like 10 years coming out to visit him. And,
oh, wow.
She always wanted to move, but never got the chance.
Right.
And so we were together for a while and, struggling with trying to keep a really good job.
Yeah.
Everything was rising. Rent was rising. Food was rising.
Yeah.
And even the minimum wage was rising. So that was a good thing.
That's good and bad at the same time, man.
It's bad when, people are getting a little bit more stingy on their spending.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, it's going to be $15 for this burger when it was just $10 last week.
Right. Like, I'm just going to go home and get drunk on Jim Beam.
Right.
No, this is not an ad either, but like that's what people do.
Yeah. I mean, I still got friends that are killing it up there. They're doing really good. I just wasn't happy there. That's when I started seeking help from the VA.
Yeah.
Getting treatment on things, and then.
What did you do? Kind of like psychoanalysis?
Yeah.
Or did you do medicate? I mean, there's all these different angles to it.
We tried a lot of different things, and the best thing for me up there was group therapy.
Yeah.
Being able to talk about things and just that feeling of what you need to get out there.
Just get it out there. Yeah.
Because I was holding everything inside for way too long.
If you can feel it when you do that,
mm-hmm.
like whether it's resentment, whether it's jealousy, whether it's anger, like when you, God, and this is my mom coming through me here, but like that's what happens is that it just builds up. And did you kind of cut it off at the bend, so to speak, cut it off at the pass before it became really problematic?
Yeah. I would have to say, hit some dark times.
Yeah.
And made some mistakes. And,
sure.
It's like, okay, I need to stop blaming myself.
Yeah.
And work on this. Let's fix this. Let's
Absolutely.
Nip this in the butt now, or otherwise,
I was just going to consume you.
I'm going to end up in some box either with bars or a casket. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
it's poetic and dark all at the same time. It's true, though. It's absolutely true. Was Austin kind of this diamond in the rough? Well, maybe not diamond in the rough, but like this horizon that seemed really, really promising?
Well, I came down here with her to visit because
yeah,
she wanted to go see her brother and the new baby, and I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. And we came down in January, and
January of what year are you talking?
January of 2000 was this probably 14?
Okay,
no, 15.
Okay. Jeez, so
2015 because we came down and Pennywise was playing at the Mohawk.
Oh, dude, just listen to me the other day. Yeah.
We're like,
they still is he still wear a hat? The singer?
Oh yeah,
always, right?
Yeah,
he's bald as shit, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
he's good.
But that was our thing. We just love to go to shows.
Amazing.
And we're like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
We went there.
Descendants play here a lot.
Yeah. And so we went and saw the show and went to a couple bars, and then on the flight back, I look at her and I'm like, hey, I'm moving. And she's like, okay. I'll think about it. And I'm like, no, I'm moving. Like, legitimately.
Your mind's made up.
I'm set. Let's do this. I'm not happy in Seattle.
Yeah.
Let's go. So, 3 months later, we moved down to...
So she was into it. She was like, all right.
Yeah, no, she was the big catalyst, and, that was...
So when you got here, where'd you start working?
So I started working at Sawyer & Co.
Oh, yeah.
On the east side.
Yeah. Was Carly over there then?
No, Carly just
Tacey,
left.
I mean, rather.
No,
Tacey was not there. It was Carly.
Carly was there.
Yeah.
But she had just left.
Okay.
And I was in Roswell, New Mexico, get this call like, hey, when can you be here?
Why are you in Roswell?
Driving down. We took 11 days to get here.
That's awesome. Like, I was born in Roswell. Which is...
I want to go back.
I don't know if I should go back because I don't remember a fucking thing.
That's why I want to go back.
So you come in town, but you get a good gig. I mean, I love that place. Like, food's great. Biscuits are great.
Oh, yeah. Biscuits are awesome.
So amazing. Oh, man, and etouffee. Jesus. Yeah. Don't
Brunch.
Get me started. Brunch. Just brunch in general.
Brunch.
Yeah. Insane. Did you like working back there?
Yeah, it was great. It was my first concept of doing these higher end classic cocktails.
Yeah,
I should say. And or craft cocktails.
Mm.
And it was fun. I mean, it was good, but just there wasn't enough business for me.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to
turn and burn.
I really wanted to dive into the craft scene.
Yeah.
Austin really turned me on to that, and I kind of just fell in love with it and wanted to learn as much as possible.
Yeah.
So went out and bought a ton of books and a bunch of tools and hung out in all these, great bars.
Yeah.
And just kind of learned and watched.
Was the girl also doing the same thing? Still in hospitality?
Yeah, she's in hospitality, but she wasn't so much privy to what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because she was doing more of this in Seattle.
Okay.
And then when she came out here, she was more like, I want to work in a just turn and burn bar,
Interesting. Okay.
So that
the beginning of the divergence, so
pretty much. Yeah.
So what was the move? Yeah, what was the move after Sawyer then?
After Sawyer, was Roosevelt Room.
You worked at Roosevelt Room too?
Yeah, they had just Justin put up this post. He's like, "Hey, I'm looking for some bartenders and barbacks," and I'm like, "Well, yeah." I met him through the USBG, and the USBG's been just solid to me out here.
Talking about good hair, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Suave.
So,
how was
Justin
that over
hired
there?
me, and I've been there from day one.
Really?
Yeah,
that's incredible. Those guys are great. I mean, Dennis and Justin.
Oh man,
you get Alex back there now.
Taught me so much.
They're brainiacs, fucking brainiacs, right?
And yeah, working along with Alex, like working side by side with him was just makes you want to try even harder every day.
It sucks because it's like I don't know how to be more attractive, right? Like I'm standing next to him, like my beard can only get so dark, Alex. Like I can't do anything. So the only way that I can remedy that is just to be on the other side of the bar.
Right.
I mean, legally too, I can't.
Yeah.
But still, like that's it. You have Dennis, who is a short German institution in a sense. Justin, this kind of taller, very suave, charismatic guy that was on the cover of GQ. And like you have this amazing amalgam of people that work there. And Alexis too, right?
Yeah. Alexis over there.
Really, really, really awesome. It's going to be fucking amazing. It was a learning period for you then.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you down there? Were you still?
I was there up until March.
Yeah.
they just had really, really great things going on there, and I just wasn't quite happy.
Yeah.
Well, I was burning myself out.
I
just,
see.
Trying to constantly study and learn, and when I wasn't there, I was still there mentally.
Yeah, right.
Trying to
couldn't leave work at work. Yeah. Did that? I imagine that took kind of a toll on the relationship and all the reason you moved out here.
Yeah. She's decided that she needed somebody younger.
Interesting. How old is she?
Was she like 31 now? 32?
Oh, younger?
Yeah.
That is barking up the wrong fucking tree, man. It's and I hate to be hypocritical, but it's like my wife's 28. That works plenty good for me. But if I went like, oh no, I got to get younger, that's almost stupid, you know? Because it's like dudes at 22 years old, what the fuck do they know?
She felt we were more just roommates, so it was like, all right, cool. All right, you met some guy at this college bar you work at, and
strange.
You're just gonna cool.
Yeah, Godspeed.
I'm like,
jog on, right?
Hey, my life's so much better now.
Yeah. So things are kind of adding up. Obviously, the career is gaining a lot of momentum. You do the Sawyer & Co. thing. You do the Roosevelt Room thing. Is that when Vox enters the picture? Is that the third?
Yeah.
Because that's like where it seems like you really form this amazing kind of team camaraderie with like JR and Ty's over there too, right?
Yeah, JR, Ty, and Leo.
Yeah.
And even Madeline. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
They're not even deleting me off of their group text messages because it's just so much fun. Yeah. Like, hey, you're still part of the team, bro. I was like, yeah.
For now.
They get their own one going where they're talking about me. I don't know. It's fine.
So then it begs the question, right? Because it seems like within just a short period of time, like a year and a half here while you've been in Austin, you've learned a whole lot. You've been really working in some wonderful programs.
Oh, yeah.
What was the step or like what was the thing that happened and said, I want to step away from this? I want to work on the other side of the bar.
I was approached for a brand ambassador position, which I didn't get.
Yeah. What? Not brand, but what category? Whiskey? Or?
I was approached by a mezcal company.
Oh, okay.
And then also, I was going after a scotch and rum.
So you're all over the place. So. You got it. Your passion for spirits sees no bounds.
No. Yeah. I'm not biased to anything.
That's good. That's real good.
I love it all. And then I was just, struggling to really make money.
Yeah.
When she left me, I still had the house, and I ended up buying a car just out of spite. Like, all right, fine, I'm gonna go do something, crass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy a car. So
was it like an amazing '65 Mustang or something?
No, I bought a nice luxury car.
Okay, very good. So you're getting your dig in. No, you don't have to, but like, you got your dig in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of just, fuck this shit. I'm going to get a nice car.
Yeah.
I like that. Vegas days, they're always reemerging, aren't they?
Yeah. So, I got the dog, I got the car, I got the house, I got the motorcycle,
You get the whole thing.
I got the whole
You get an
package.
Amazing Shiba Inu named Turbo.
Yes.
Which, 9 years old.
9 years old, my best friend in the world.
We had just a brief nerd out. I love Shiba. I mean, Shibas are so special to me. I don't know why. Do you find yourself stopping in the middle of the street when you see one too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why no one does that shit about pit bulls?
No, my mom sends me Pinterest posts all the time of send me pictures of Turbo like this.
That's the exchange of Shiba Instagram pics and posts between Lydia and I. It is amazing, and it's only increased over time. But it's something that is always so heartwarming because Shiba, I don't know why. And you know that they only really made it into the States in the mid 80s.
Yeah, when I lived in Vegas, that's when I got him, and it was, my buddy had one. I was like, oh my God, this dog is so cool. Where'd you get it? And it's like, oh, well, it's a Shiba Inu. And I was like, I want one.
They're amazing. And
then even when I lived in Seattle, it wasn't very prominent.
Yeah.
But in Bellevue had a lot more you could see because they're great apartment dogs. Apartment dogs.
Yeah.
And then out here, it's like, you don't see him all the time. And I look over there, I'm like, there's a Shiba. I can spot it.
It's just like that dude's drinking old granddad,
Yeah.
right? Like
Right.
it's a club, like this underground club. And I mean, I'll leave it at that. That Shibas are my favorite breed. It's changed my whole. And I've
Yeah.
grew up with plenty of animals, but it changed my whole perspective on dogs and how they can be so human-like. Shibas are so human-like. You know,
yeah.
it's kind of insane.
Yeah, Turbo's probably 75% dog, 20% cat,
That's
3%
right.
monkey,
That's-
and 2%
yeah.
human, and you're like, "Boy, how is this possible?"
They know no species.
Yeah,
They're just this amalgam. Yeah, cat dogs, as people will say. But so with the great support of Turbo as an amazing Shiba Inu at 9 years of age, Glazers, they're trying to poach you? What's the deal?
I had applied to Glazers after I left the Roosevelt Room.
Yeah.
In the aspirations of, hey, I'm just going to put a lot of feelers out there and see what happens. I wanted to go into the brand ambassador position and represent some really good things.
Sure.
And there's that whole thing about, okay, you need to have the education, you need to be a salesman, you need to be everything,
right? Yeah.
And so a good friend of mine was like, hey, you should apply at Glazers because they're looking right now. I was like, all right, cool. At that time, I didn't get the job, but I was like, okay, cool. And then
Not the right time.
I was over at Vox and everything was going good, and then I get a call and they're like, hey, we've got the green light to offer you the position if you'd like it. I was like, well,
What exactly is the role then?
so I'm doing on-premise with the Genesis portfolio.
So I've learned about Genesis. Again, I thought it was some kind of weird throwback to Gabriel or Phil Collins.
Could be.
But
Still
you can
could
never
be.
give corporations enough credit to be that cool.
Right.
But what does this mean? This is a core group of products that is honest, I think, right? Like some stuff that's, God forbid, say craft, but
it's more boutique-esque.
boutique-y. Okay, that's good.
A lot of small batch, a lot of, starting out companies.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of really good products.
Name a couple that are in the...
Let's see. I've got Four Roses.
Oh, jeez.
I can't go wrong there.
No.
They got some really good stuff, and they're not huge, so they're still staying true to what they're doing.
Sure.
Dulce Vita is launching their new stuff coming out soon.
Anything you can mention? I could look online too.
Yeah.
But
No. They're getting ready to launch a grapefruit tequila and a lime tequila.
Really? Interesting.
And I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
I'll hopefully get to try some next week. But from what I hear, they're amazing.
Interesting. Okay.
They're also bringing down the proofs. They're going to come out with the 80 proof instead of just having that 100 proof all the time.
It's good for their costs.
Yeah. But who else? Anchor Distilling.
Oh, Anchor. Really?
Yeah. Tempest Fugid.
Amazing. I love John.
Yeah.
Had him in the vermouths that they make are just fucking insane. And the Grand Classico is incredible.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. And I've got Luxardo as well.
Oh,
so
it's like
and Montenegro. I'm happy.
Getting out of your hand, man.
Yeah, it's like
Those
right
are
up my
great
alley.
brands. Yeah. Any mezcals in the?
Yeah, just got a new one. What is it? The Bonez.
Bonez. Yeah. I was drinking that. I drank a lot of that last night, actually. In a liter. So how do you feel about that? Because like I said, I had Jessica in from Cotter Noir just this week. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about having a mezcal that's reasonably priced, tastes good, it's over 40%,
right?
And it's in a liter.
It's in the liter, which is
insane, right?
It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Perfect,
and it's a really good product.
It's good. It's great. Yeah, just the right blend of barril in there, just make it mezcal-y enough, right? Which actually is a good segue because we got this big. I got this thing of bottles downstairs, massive collection of bottles. It's even getting massiver, I suppose. Yeah. But you want to go mezcal, which I really, really love. And we are sipping on the Oaxaca mezcal, the Jabali, which was a limited release last year in 2015 at 47%. Really good, really dry. What do you think of the mezcal? You don't have to get too nerdy about the tasting notes or whatnot.
Yeah, I won't get too nerdy on it.
It's just mezcal. It's exciting to me.
Oh, yeah, that's Jabali.
Jabali?
Oh, it's delicious.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like you're back in Oaxaca.
Back in the
Close your eyes and you're there,
hanging out. So all right, so you get this gig, you get these great SKUs: Four Roses, Luxardo, Tempest Fugit,
some of the best vermouth I've ever.
Oh yeah, and I've
ever
got
had.
Blue Chair, which is
What is that?
Kenny Chesney's.
Oh, that's right. Is that the
line of rum?
Rum. Okay. Where's it from?
Barbados.
Barbados. Okay.
So
Barbados rum. I don't know what that would be like if you're from Barbados.
yeah, I don't know.
It's like a trumpeter. I didn't realize that's what that was. So how do you've got some relationships, you've made the transition to distribution versus being someone who serves, right? So are you scared? This is a new thing, man.
It's a new adventure. I'm just kind of taking it in stride, Started bartending one day, and that was all new. Trying to get over insecurities behind the bar. Now I got to get over insecurities beyond the bar.
Yeah. You're really working on yourself.
Yeah.
A 1-2 punch all the time.
Yeah, keeps you young.
Yeah, that's true. It really does. Because man, you said you're 36. I'm like, fuck, really?
Yeah.
You don't look good.
A lot 36. Of people give me a double take when I tell them.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Well, sure, but you can internalize that shit.
Right. But
so what kind of goals do you have to have? Is it sales goals? Do you just really want to bring awareness to these brands?
I think my biggest passion for it is that I'm going to be able to go see a lot of really good people. Yeah. And the fact that the bar industry has grown in knowledge.
Yeah. They're so more discerning than they've ever been, right?
Yeah. Now you're bringing a product in where sometimes the person you're trying to sell to knows more about it than you.
Fuckers.
And you're like, all right. Well, and so I think that's what I'm really trying to bring to this team.
Yeah.
Is that thanks to, JR and Dennis and Justin and Alex and all those guys to really push me to, go home and study a bottle a night.
Right.
Pick up a book and read about, all the different processes. Even, the trip that the Roosevelt Room took down in March down to Oaxaca. I mean, I'm not an expert on anything, but I've got a good sense.
At least you know what it feels like. Now,
yeah. And that's what I'm just hoping to bring to my accounts and say, hey, this is more of a conversation rather than me trying to sell you something.
That's right. Collaborative.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not trying to overcome your ego. I'm not trying to overrule you, because that's not what this is about.
No.
There's some great stuff and there's some shitty stuff, but I think you've at least been blessed in the sense that you got really good stuff in the portfolio.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of good stuff over at Glazer's.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Absolutely. So then...
on all portfolios.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, a massive amount of stuff, which, I don't know, it must be exciting, to be around those brands, get to sample, get to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I like to go out there and be a people person and network and really, really talk to people. So I've got a lot of good accounts, and I'm just ready to get the basic training part of it down and
because we're just talking like this a week. I'm catching you like a couple of days into this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm day 3 of the transition, and like, what am I doing right now?
It's good though, man. It's good for you. It's good for Glazers. It's good for the community. And the last question I'd ask you, because it seems like there's lots of spirits that you really do like, and I'm sure you'll get even more familiar with the Tempest Fusion stuff as you start to kind of talk about it more in the market. But like for you, what's the thing you go home to and sip? I don't ask people this all the time, but I'm curious for you.
I'm really all over the board, to be honest.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I really do like to just sip on some Amaros.
Yeah.
Even though it's not part of my portfolio, I love me some Campari and some Aperol. I just love bitterness. Maybe because I'm so bitter. I don't know.
Maybe. Punk rock's bitter, man.
Yeah.
Can be. Descendants aren't as much. They make me feel hopeful. Rancid certainly doesn't fucking make me feel hopeful.
No.
Ever.
That's where I drink, really cheap beer.
Yeah.
That's the go-to at home. Or rosé. Yeah. That's the catalyst.
I'm so conflicted right now.
Yeah.
Either cheap beer or rosé. You are the true modern punk, Nicki.
Yeah. I think it's a good statement.
Let's keep that's your thing.
Yeah.
That'll be the thing, which is good, man. It's been a really good getting to chat with you, and it's been good getting to know kind of about the journey and all the twists and turns. And I hope that if it ever gets too tough or like you can't deal with it, just give me a call. We'll sit down and we talk, man. Because you're going to do a good job, and this is really exciting stuff. I'm really glad to catch you at this point in your career. So, been a pleasure. To chat with you, dude.
No, it's been awesome. I'm honored to be here, and
I still can't get it. That's wonderful to hear. It's a privilege to get here and sit and chat with you, man. So
we'll have to sit down and jam next time.
Hell yes. All right, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there we have it. Glazers is very lucky to have Nicki on the roster, repping some great brands. Tempest Fugit. You'll be seeing an interview with John Troya coming out here pretty soon. Also, Four Roses Bourbon. I mean, amazing stuff. And also, Vanez Mezcal, which is a new one from Cadre Noir Imports into Texas. And an upcoming conversation with Jessica Ramirez, who reps them here in Texas, is about to come out as well. So a lot of really nice things going on here. I think you can call it synergy. You can call it being at the right place at the right time. But either way, Nicki is a very, very nice guy. We both have Shiba Inus. Also, it's great to chat in music. You know, I think the best things have yet to happen in Nicki's career. And at 36, it seems like things are really starting to take off. So thanks so much, Nicki, for chatting with me. And again, Glazers is very lucky to have you. And thank you, everybody out there, for listening to Show to V with Mike G. No matter which season of House you're binging on Netflix this weekend, or if you really do think that Guns N' Roses should be touring again, and I can test the fact that they're very amazing live right now with Slash and Duff, please keep dancing.